Some call it love, I call it survival. Ray wanted a child, and I wanted out of this country, out of my reality. We both played our parts, but only one of us knew the script. But when lies take flight, how far can they go before they come crashing down? Ray thought he was building a family. Destiny. She was building her escape. One man's dream. One woman's escape. Whose destiny will prevail? Ray Okafor, a successful businessman in the heart of Lagos, owned one of the largest real estate establishments in the city. At 45, his life seemed perfect to outsiders: a thriving business empire, a luxurious mansion, and a beautiful wife, Adaora. However, there was one void in Ray's life that gnawed at him every day: the absence of a child. Despite being married for 12 years, the couple remained childless. Though Adaora maintained her poise and elegance, Ray's frustration grew silently within him. In Ray's establishment, the reception area buzzed with activity daily. Clients and investors were greeted by the enchanting smile of Destiny, the new receptionist. A recent graduate in her early 20s, Destiny radiated youth and confidence. Her perfectly styled hair, neatly ironed corporate dresses, and an aura of charm quickly made her the center of attention. Ray couldn't help but notice her. Each time Destiny walked into his first-floor office to deliver files or messages, his eyes lingered. He admired her curves, her youthful glow, and the effortless way she carried herself. Destiny, on the other hand, was not oblivious to Ray's attention. She saw his lingering glances and subtle compliments but brushed them off initially. However, as the days turned into weeks, Ray's intentions became clearer. One day, Ray invited Destiny to his office under the pretext of discussing her performance. As she stepped in, he complimented her appearance. "You're doing a fantastic job, Destiny. It's rare to see someone as dedicated and hardworking as you," he said with a smile that lingered a bit too long. "Thank you, sir," Destiny replied, her voice polite but guarded. The conversations became more frequent. Ray began asking her to accompany him on business trips, offering her expensive gifts, and creating opportunities for private moments. At first, Destiny hesitated. She knew Ray was married and felt conflicted. But as the gifts became more extravagant and the promises more enticing, her resistance waned. She began to see Ray as an opportunity, a means to an end. Without Ray's wife notice, Ray started sleeping with Destiny. They make out both in the office and outside the office. After each make-out, Destiny takes Postina 2 capsules to prevent her from being pregnant. She's always meticulous about that. She had always given it to Ray in every best position, and Ray couldn't stop thinking about her. The makeout continued. Ray would take Destiny on several business trips, and after each they lodged to different hotels to have a good time. Destiny's transformation was swift. From a modest graduate with a few corporate outfits, she blossomed into a slay mama. Her wardrobe overflowed with designer dresses, shoes, and accessories. Social media became her playground, where she flaunted her new lifestyle. Trips to exotic locations, dinners at 5-star restaurants, and luxurious gifts became her norm. She enjoyed life to the fullest. It's 6 months of dating Ray. Ray had decided to take the bull by the horn. One evening, during a dinner date at a high-end restaurant, Ray leaned forward and said, "Destiny, I want us to have a child. I'll take you to any country of your choice for the delivery. I'll double your allowance and ensure you're comfortable." Ray had been childless. He flatters around but hasn't brought out proper time to go for medical checkup with his wife. The proposal he made to Destiny was mouthwatering. Destiny had agreed. "I will help you with a child," she told Ray. Destiny knew she was all there for Ray's money. Destiny never had any feelings for Ray. But she had to play along, else her stream of income will cut short. On a Saturday morning, Destiny was putting some of her dirty clothes into the washing machine. She had wanted to do some laundry as it's a work-free day. Just as she was done putting the clothes and the detergents waiting for the machine to do the work, she began contemplating, how do I do this with Ray? I have no feelings for him. I'm just there for his money. Oh. And he said I will be traveling abroad to deliver the baby. God, is this my chance of leaving this damn country? She exclaimed. I need to find a way for this. I cannot miss this chance of going to abroad. She finally said, turning off the washing machine from the plug. Ray called and invited Destiny to Hilton's hotel that Sunday. I will be having a get-together party with my friends, Ray had told his wife, and as usual, Ray's wife already knew he won't be returning home that day. Ray picked up Destiny and they lodged at Hilton's hotel. Ray ordered for a spicy noodles. Tea hotel tenders knocked and served them as ordered. Destiny rushed down the meal with a glass of wine, prepared and fully ready for the nighttime with Ray. This time, Ray never crossed part with condoms. He's going raw with Destiny that night. Destiny had taken some post-dinner 2 pills at home, but when Ray asked her, she obliged, saying she had stopped taking them for a long time. They had the best of time together that night, and Ray made sure he cummed all inside Destiny. Feeling fulfilled, Ray had thought he had hit the jackpot. I will soon be having my baby with Destiny, he muttered to himself as he took his bathe after the make-out. It's almost getting to 3 months. Destiny still worried on what to do. An idea came to her mind, one afternoon as she laid down on her couch pressing her phone. She sat down upright immediately to rehearse the thought that just flipped through her mind. A fake pregnancy tummy wrap, yes I got, she shouted joyfully. Destiny made her way to the cyber cafe. She explained to them what she wanted, and within minutes they had given her a sample. God, I can't believe this is working, she shouted. Destiny had used a notable hospital name. The paper reads positive. Ray, I'm pregnant, Destiny shouted, handing the papers to Ray in excitement. Ray was dumbfounded, his joy finally fulfilled. He would soon be a father, he thought. Yes, I know I'm fertile, he shouted the second time, making a fist with this hand. My wife would always claim she's not the cause, but here it is. I impregnated someone, so who is to be blamed? Ray continued, saying happily. Ray hugged Destiny tightly. I will do anything for you, baby, he said, emotionally kneeling down before Destiny, touching her stomach romantically. Destiny knew that the task just began. She went into the supermarket and bought different sizes of fake pregnancy tummy wrap. She got sizes ranging from 3 to 9 months. So each month she changes to specific size. She on several occasions had taken a break from Ray to visit the hospital. All in accordance to make her plans fruitful. Destiny just wants to travel abroad. She couldn't stop thinking. So if finally my plans works out, I will finally see myself in abroad, she had said one day dancing. But on a second thought she said, what if Ray finds out before my departure? She became mute for some seconds but later waved it off. It's getting due for delivery date. Destiny is 8 months gone. Ray had prepared everything for her from onset, even without her notice. Her visa is ready and she's ready to travel. She packed her bags. Ray came along too with some baby stuff he had gotten from the supermarket. Destiny packed up all, making sure that everything is complete. Will you be traveling with me, Ray? Destiny asked, worried. No, babe, I will come along later. I have some business deals waiting. Hope you aren't scared. He asked Destiny. No, Ray, I'm fine. I will be fine, she forced a smile, which is mostly needed by her. Destiny all wanted to travel alone so she can finally fulfill her plans. Dreams come true, Destiny whispered to herself, seated calmly in the plane, waiting to kick off. She waved to Ray, who blew a kiss for her on the air. Destiny smiled sheepishly. She had to come up with a new plan, as her plans are 5/5 complete. God, I can't believe I made this. I finally landed abroad." She knelt down with tears of joy. Without hesitation she blocked Ray from every of her handles, threw away her SM card and walked up majestically feeling fulfilled. Destiny was a picture of confidence as she settled into her new life abroad. The promise of freedom felt sweeter than she had ever imagined. Every step she took on the cobblestone streets of Paris felt like a victory lap. However, her joy was tinged with paranoia. She avoided social media for months, blocked every Nigerian number on her new phone, and kept a low profile, worried that Ray's relentless determination might catch up to her. But Ray was not one to let things slide. Back in Lagos, the revelation of Destiny's sudden disappearance and blocked contact filled him with rage and suspicion. "She can't just vanish," he said, pacing his office. He hired a private investigator, determined to find her and uncover the truth. Destiny, meanwhile, started building a new identity, carefully crafting her narrative to blend seamlessly into her new world. She wasn't just running, she was erasing her past. While Ray fixated on Destiny, Adaora had grown tired of his distance and mysterious absences. She began to take her own steps toward unraveling his secrets. Through mutual friends, she heard whispers of Ray's escapades with a young receptionist and his obsessive joy about an alleged pregnancy. Furious but composed, Adaora dug deeper, using her sharp intellect and connections to trace the fragments of his deceit. Her confrontation came one evening, as Ray sat in his study, brooding over Destiny's betrayal. "Where is this child you've been hiding from me?" Adaora asked, her voice steady but piercing. Ray froze, guilt painting his face. "I don't know what you're talking about," he stammered, but Adaora's cold stare cut through his lie. Their marriage, already fragile, began to crumble under the weight of Ray's infidelity and Adaora's relentless pursuit of the truth. Unbeknownst to Ray, Adaora had enlisted her own investigator to find Destiny, not for revenge, but for closure. Months into her new life, Destiny had a shocking realization: she was pregnant. The fake pregnancy had become real. Panic gripped her as she grappled with what to do. She couldn't contact Ray, nor could she confide in anyone around her. The irony of the situation wasn't lost on her. "This can't be happening," she whispered, clutching her stomach. The child was now a symbol of her deceit, but also a piece of her she couldn't abandon. Destiny sought solace in a nearby church, where a kind-hearted priest noticed her distress. "The truth has a way of finding us, my child," he said gently. His words planted a seed of doubt in her carefully constructed plan. Could she continue to live a lie? Or was it time to confront her choices and their consequences? Back in Lagos, Adaora's investigator uncovered crucial details about Destiny's whereabouts. As Ray and Adaora wrestled with their crumbling marriage, the news of Destiny's location threw them into an uneasy alliance. "We need answers," Adaora said coldly, her tone making it clear that her forgiveness was not on the table. Together, they boarded a flight to confront the woman who had disrupted their lives. Destiny's newfound peace was short-lived. As she attended a doctor's appointment to confirm her pregnancy, the weight of her actions began to crush her. She sat in the sterile waiting room, her shiny melanin-toned skin glowing with a faint sheen of anxiety. The child growing inside her was an unplanned consequence, yet it was a reality she couldn't ignore. Meanwhile, Ray and Adaora arrived in Paris, armed with the address the investigator had provided. Ray's emotions were a chaotic mix of anger, longing, and fear. He had envisioned his life as a father and Destiny as his escape from a loveless marriage, but now he faced the possibility of betrayal on all fronts. Adaora, on the other hand, wore a mask of cold determination. This wasn't just about Destiny, it was about reclaiming her dignity and forcing Ray to face the consequences of his recklessness. Destiny's moment of reckoning arrived one sunny afternoon. She returned to her modest apartment, grocery bags in hand, only to find Ray and Adaora waiting at her door. Ray's face was a storm of emotions, while Adaora's was icy calm. "Destiny," Ray said, his voice trembling. "You owe me an explanation." Destiny felt her knees weaken as she dropped the groceries. "How did you find me?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. Adaora stepped forward, her calmness unnerving. "You didn't make it very hard. Now, tell me, is there really a child, or was this all a lie to steal my husband's money?" Destiny's gaze darted between them, her mouth dry. She considered her options, but the pregnancy test in her purse weighed heavily on her conscience. "It started as a lie," she admitted, tears pooling in her eyes. "But now, I don't know what to do." Ray's face contorted with anger. "A lie? You mean there wasn't a child all along?" he shouted. Adaora interrupted. "And yet here we are, Ray. You've destroyed everything for what? A fantasy?" Destiny clutched her stomach. "But I am pregnant now," she said softly, her voice trembling. "It's real this time." The revelation stunned them both. Ray stumbled back, sinking into a nearby chair, while Adaora crossed her arms, skeptical. "Convenient," Adaora said. "But how do we know it's his?" Destiny's tears flowed freely now. "I don't know what I expected, but not this," she sobbed. "I didn't plan for it to go this far." The confrontation ended without resolution. Adaora left first, her heels clicking decisively as she walked away. "You both deserve each other," she spat before disappearing into the Parisian streets. Ray stayed behind, his anger giving way to a strange tenderness. "Destiny, I don't know what to think anymore," he said, his voice hoarse. "But if the child is mine, I want to be involved." Destiny wiped her tears, unsure whether to believe him. "I don't know what I want either," she confessed. "I came here for a new life, not to get trapped in this mess." As Ray returned to his hotel that night, Adaora was packing her bags. "This is the end, Ray," she said firmly. "I've wasted enough years. You can have your new family. I'll find my own happiness." Destiny, meanwhile, began to see her pregnancy as an opportunity to redefine herself. She resolved to raise the child alone, far from Ray's influence. She found work at a local cafe, saving every penny to prepare for the baby. The guilt of her actions lingered, but so did the hope of redemption. Back in Lagos, Ray's empire began to crumble. The scandal of his affair leaked to the media, and investors pulled out of key deals. Adaora moved out of the mansion, filing for divorce. Destiny, though miles away, couldn't escape the ripple effects of her choices. Months passed, and Destiny's belly grew larger, this time without the deception of fake pregnancy wraps. She had found a rhythm in her quiet Parisian life, working at the cafe by day and preparing for her baby by night. Each movement of the child within her was a bittersweet reminder of her choices and the innocent life now at the center of her story. Meanwhile, back in Lagos, Ray's empire was in shambles. News of the scandal spread like wildfire, and the once respected businessman became the subject of ridicule. Adaora moved forward with her divorce, choosing to invest her time in causes she cared about, including mentoring young women in business. One cold winter evening, Destiny received an unexpected call. The voice on the other end was unfamiliar but warm. "Destiny, this is Father Laurent from St. Pierre Church. There's someone here looking for you, a man named Ray." Her heart sank. "Tell him I'm not available," she replied quickly. "Destiny, he seems desperate." "He says it's important," the priest said softly. Against her better judgment, Destiny found herself walking toward the church that evening, her scarf wrapped tightly around her glowing melanin-toned skin. She wasn't sure what she'd say or do, but something about the priest's tone compelled her to go. Inside the church, Ray sat hunched over in a pew, his usually polished demeanor replaced by weariness. When he saw Destiny enter, he stood abruptly. "Destiny," he began, his voice breaking. "I know I've hurt you. I know I've made mistakes." She folded her arms, unsure of where this was going. "What do you want, Ray?" "I want to be a part of the child's life," he said earnestly. "I've lost everything, my business, my marriage, my reputation, but this child is my chance to make things right." Destiny's anger flared. "Make things right? After everything you've done, you think you can just waltz in and play father?" Ray fell silent, his shoulders slumping. "I don't expect you to forgive me. I just want a chance. Please." Destiny stared at him, torn. A part of her wanted to push him away, but another part, the part that had seen the pain in his eyes, hesitated. "I'll think about it," she said finally, her voice tinged with uncertainty. Destiny's decision to let Ray into her life, even cautiously, was not an easy one. She set firm boundaries. He would be allowed to visit the child but nothing more. She made it clear that her independence was non-negotiable. When the baby arrived, a beautiful girl with her mother's glowing skin and her father's piercing eyes, Destiny's world shifted. For the first time, she felt a pure, untainted love, one unburdened by deceit or greed. Ray visited Paris sporadically, sending money and gifts for the child while continuing to rebuild his life in Lagos. Ada Aura, meanwhile, finalized her divorce and began a new chapter, opening a foundation for young entrepreneurs. Destiny, now a mother, found a quiet strength she didn't know she had. Her days were filled with diaper changes, sleepless nights, and moments of pure joy as she watched her daughter grow. One sunny afternoon, as she sat in a park watching her daughter play, she reflected on the journey that had brought her here. Her past was complicated, messy, and full of mistakes, but her present was hers, and for that, she was grateful.